What's that? Yeah, I know all the lights are on. It's my house. I can keep all the lights on if I want. No, it doesn't mean I'm scared. Hello, Jerryactric Midnight Movie Review. Tonight we're going to take a trip down the scary path with The Witch. Before I get into what I think this movie did well and what it didn't do well, I'll give you a basic plot here. No real spoilers here, just basically telling you what to expect. In a time period that is pre-Revolutionary War, a family in New England is banished from the colony. We never really hear why, but what happens is the family, which is a father, a mother, about 4 kids, and their animals, go out into the wilderness to find a place they can call home. And they find it about 10 feet from a very large forest. Unfortunately for this family, they have picked the worst real estate in the history of New England. Because there's something in those woods. Something that is very aware that a family is very close by. A family member disappears. Other strange occurrences happen. The crops start to fail. And that's just the beginning of what I think is actually a pretty scary movie. What did this film do well? It sets a perfect atmosphere. Most movies rely on jump scares or huge blood and guts. This movie doesn't do that. It's a very simple experiment in showing these people who are totally isolated from everyone. The director and the writer make this work. You find yourself with silence and no soundtrack playing in the background for one of these characters to cough, to laugh, to do something to break this huge silence that penetrates most of the movie. The other good thing is the forest itself. The forest, when we see it from the family's homestead, looks that if you walked 3 feet in there on the brightest day, it would look like a minute past midnight in there. It looks dark. When characters go into the woods, all color seems to be muted and gray and dark and dingy. Outside, it might be spring, might be summer, but in that forest, it is always winter. The third thing is, this movie doesn't rely on cheap jump scares. You're not going to see some kind of demon just showing up right in front of your face. There is blood and guts, but nothing... things that are actually pretty tame since the Saw movies. As I said, this movie is going to make you know that something terrible is going to happen, and no one's going to save this family. What does this film not do well? One of the biggest things was, while the characters were developed, I knew basically what these characters wanted, what they felt, what they feared. I couldn't honestly tell you what their names were. I believe one was named Caleb, another one named Thomas, but in the end, it's not really that important. This movie is a throwback to when you just needed a good idea, a good story, and just let these characters react to a situation that gets worse and worse and worse as the movie goes on. A word of warning, if you're one of those people who are bothered by animals being killed in movies, this movie isn't for you. Quite a few of them do die in very graphic ways. So that's The Witch. Go see it. It's pretty scary. Got me a little jumpy right now. Yes, I get jumpy. I get scared when I see movies. I have an imagination. Well, that's not my problem. So go see it. Rated R for violence. Some sexual, more tension or situations, if you will. So yeah, go see that. And remember, this is Jerryactric's Midnight Movie Review. I stay up late, so you don't have to. No, witches are not real. Wiccans are. Wiccans. You know, they're very earth-based, nature-based. Yeah, I used to have a good friend in high school who was a Wiccan. Did I throw him into a river and see if he's... That's prejudice, man. Don't buy into that stereotype.